Are we live? Hold up. Wait a second. Are we only 30 minutes away from Ahsoka episode 4? Is the wait almost over, ladies and gentlemen? Is the time almost here? Can we see the light at the end of the tunnel? Is it almost time? What's up, guys? It's Mike, a guy who loves Star Wars. Long time no see. We literally just streamed 50 minutes ago. But that was an amazing stream. By the way, we broke all kinds of records. 40 is the new record, which is bonkers. But we got a lot to talk about, even right before this show comes out. Prediction time. It's last minute prediction time. Who's going to be right? Who's going to be wrong? Will we see Mustafar? Will we not see Mustafar? Clone Wars flashbacks, Captain Rex, Luke Skywalker. What's going on in this episode? So, of course, as you're coming in, drop your craziest, most hype, most amazing predictions for this episode coming up. Dave Filoni directing. Put into movie theaters. This is the real deal, okay? This is the big time. This is amazing. This is giant bowl of popcorn time. This is it. This is it. So let's get some hype getting going in the chat, and let's start up our first poll, because there's going to be many polls as we go through this very, what will feel like a very, very slow half hour before we finally get to watch this episode. So the first poll, and a lot of these polls are going to be very similar, is, are we going to see Mustafar? Because we read the article in the last stream. Are we going to see Mustafar? Because we read the article in the last video. The Star Wars, Making Star Wars, Jason Ward, 8 months ago, 10 months ago, 9 to 10 months ago, released the rumor of there being the rematch where Ahsoka takes the place of Obi-Wan on Mustafar and fights Anakin Skywalker. The same lightsaber duel we saw in Revenge of the Sith will be played out again with Ahsoka in the place of Obi-Wan. That was 10 months ago. Fast forward to a few days ago, and things are looking a little bit different here. We are hearing that we might not actually see Mustafar because it won't be this what-if sequence. It will be more of a flashback sequence to times of the Clone Wars, the Siege of Mandalore, the Battle of Teth, all these other things. But who's right? There's still the possibility that this Mustafar thing still will happen, and we still will get to see Mustafar and that cool rematch that we've all wanted. Of course, there is the question of whether or not this Anakin is evil that we see at the end of episode 4, but a lot has to go into all of this. Right off the bat, 67% of you guys say no, we won't be seeing Mustafar, which is intriguing. But Lego Palpatine was first in today saying, I'm so ready for this episode. Me too, Lego Palpatine. Honey Badger says, let's go hype. Star Wars 2 says, my prediction is Ahsoka will go with Anakin to Mortis. Time moves slow. Ahsoka becomes the embodiment of the light, becomes Ahsoka the White, and stops Thrawn. Interesting. That's true. The time on Mortis does move slower. Time on Mortis is very different. Ahsoka, Obi-Wan, and Anakin are there for what seems like days in the Clone Wars, but when they come back, it's only seconds. So maybe Ahsoka does learn a lot with her time with Anakin, and she's there for a long, long time. But when she comes back, no time has passed. It'll be very, very interesting. I do think we will see her come out of this as Ahsoka the White. And I do think, wow, the poll's at 50-50. We are split down the middle. But I do think that we will see Ahsoka the White come out of this. I think she will learn one last lesson from her master. And we will figure out what's going on with Anakin. Because I think this will explain how he is the father of the Mortis gods, the balance between the light and the dark. And it will explain how he still is the chosen one. Math ain't mathing? Oh, the math is mathing. Nice, Finn. ZZM says, anxiousness. Yeah, I mean, I'm a little nervous. Can't lie, I'm a little bit nervous. Last episode, we went in with a little bit of hype, but it wasn't nearly as hype as it was this episode. We didn't expect last episode. We didn't expect World Between Worlds and Anakin. This week, we're expecting greatness. Dave Filoni directing, it's put into movie theaters. We know Anakin's going to be there. We know we're going to get something crazy. So the hype is there. Is Dave going to be able to deliver? That's the big question here. Is Dave going to be able to deliver? It's going to be very interesting as I eat a nice piece of popcorn. Nom, 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 nom. It's going to be very interesting. We will see. We will see. Raheem's World. What's up, Raheem? Says, hey, Mike. And hello, Star Wars family. What's up, Raheem? How we doing? Finn says, this math is mathin'. This episode could break the internet. I think it could. I think Dave will deliver. 1,000% Dave will deliver. And we will get a internet shattering episode. And I know last week's episode, let me take a sip of water here. Last week's episode broke the internet. Anakin showing up at the end of that literally broke the internet. And what's interesting about that is, let me pull this up right here. What's interesting about that is this episode could be even bigger. This episode could be bigger than last week's episode, which is mind-boggling because how is that freaking possible? But it is possible. This episode could be bigger than last week's episode, which would just be insane. ZZM says, that may be the only way that she could beat Baylan, let alone Thrawn. I mean, the time at Mortis. Oh, you mean the time at Mortis? Yeah, so she needs training. She just lost to Baylan. Baylan is clearly very powerful. Maybe Anakin will explain who the hell Baylan is. Maybe Anakin knows all these people. We know Anakin has had conversations with Grand Admiral Thrawn. Is he going to mention Thrawn to her? Here's the thing. If Anakin mentions Luke, Leia, Thrawn, Baylan, Padme, what happened? Like, he has a lot of explaining to do to Ahsoka, because Ahsoka's just like, what the hell happened, buddy? I thought we were friends. How could you possibly kill all these Jedi and then just rule over the galaxy for 22 years with Palpatine and just be this crazy dark side presence? How could you do this? This is not the master that she remembers. Anakin has a lot of explaining to do, and that explaining will have to do with Luke, Leia, Padme, having to save Padme, all of that. And plus, Ahsoka's trying to deal with Thrawn and Baylan, and Anakin knows both of those characters. At least in some way, shape, or form, he knows both of those characters. It'll be very interesting. Very, very interesting. Honey Badger says, I want to see the Mustafar scene so freaking bad, but I can't wait for this episode. I know. I want to see it too. But I don't know. I'm going back and forth on it. Since these reports have come out, it makes sense that it won't be in there. If we get Clone Wars flashbacks, if we get Siege of Mandalore stuff, if we get other flashback scenes, it makes more sense to have flashback scenes than different what-if scenarios. But we could get both. Which would be insane. Raheem's World says, I hate that I've seen it already because I can't participate. But grab your tissues as you go on this magical adventure tonight. Well, Raheem, that's amazing. Finn says, it would be revealed that the person behind everything is actually Rick, the door technician from Jedi Survivor. That is quite a crazy theory. I did say put your craziest theories, and that is a good one. Honey Badger says, the conversation between Ahsoka and Anakin is what I'm most excited for regardless. I know. What is Anakin going to tell her? Is he going to explain everything that happened? What's going on here? ZZM says, I'm sorry about the mistype of Baylan. Don't worry about it. If I just can't read it, I'll just go, you know? Sep, is it Sep or Sepe? Seppi says, what if he's the son? That's a good question. What if he is the son? Because the son, I mean, all the Mortis gods died on Mortis in the Clone Wars, but what if he is the son? What if he is evil? What if this Anakin that we see at the end of episode 4 with what's possibly not Anakin Skywalker's lightsaber, what's possibly Vader's theme? What if it's not him? What if it's not Anakin and it's the son? And that could actually, if that's the case, I think that would lead Ahsoka back to Mustafar, back to trying to stop Thrawn, to these what-if scenarios. If it is Anakin, I think you will get more flashback sequences. So it all depends on what Anakin we're getting here. It all depends on which Anakin arrives at the beginning of this episode. If it's an evil Anakin, I think you could get those flashbacks with Mustafar and with the Thrawn stuff that we were talked about before. But if it is Anakin, I think you're more likely to get flashbacks. You're more likely to get a lesson from Anakin. Oh, I'm so excited. What do we got? 20 minutes? 20 minutes. We're almost there. The General Grievous 19 says, hello again. Hello there again. General Kenobi. Oh my God, your name is actually General Kenobi. You're the only person in this chat that I can actually do that to. That's amazing. ZZM says, man, if we find out that Anakin and Baylan know each other, that would be great. Well, we already know they know each other because Baylan said that Anakin spoke highly of Ahsoka. And Ahsoka says, it's weird he never brought you up. So they had some sort of relationship. And he even knew that Vader was Anakin when almost everybody else in the galaxy didn't know that. Interesting. Finn says, not long to go now. I know, only 20 minutes. 20 minutes. Honey Badger says, I know. Making dinner, getting ready for this show, for this amazing show. My dinner is ready. I'm eating popcorn. Your pal Joe says, I think the son is Ezra. My problem with the son being Ezra is he's not evil. Ezra has a little bit of a dark side in season 3, but season 4 it's gone. And I think when he arrives in the Ahsoka show, he's going to be light side. What's interesting is, I think Honey Badger, who brought this up before, Darth Maul could make a great son. He was always dark side, even though he wasn't a Sith his whole life, even though he wanted to stop Anakin and stop Palpatine, he was still dark side. Ezra has had too much light side in his life to be the son, I think. J1DRZ says, long time no see, Mike. Just had dinner and about to watch Ahsoka. Let's go, Jay. I pretty much did the same thing. I went and got something to eat, made a bunch of popcorn, literally this big-ass bowl of popcorn, and now I'm ready to go. Finn says, not been this excited for Star Wars in some time. I mean, you know it's good when my small-ass channel, I know I say this all the time, but I do have a small-ass channel. You guys are the best community around, but we are a small-ass channel. We only have about 9 lovely people here right now. But we broke all kinds of records a few hours ago. Just in that last stream, we broke all kinds of records. We got up to 40 people watching at the same time. The hype is real. Even for a small-ass channel like mine, getting all these kinds of views is crazy. Like, the hype is real. Even last week, for the episode that was groundbreaking, the numbers weren't this big. It wasn't until Anakin showed up. It wasn't until the War Between Worlds happened, until that cliffhanger ending of episode 4, till the hype is real. I think when the numbers come out about the Ahsoka show week to week, you're going to see episode 1 and 2 is pretty good. Episode 3 is probably the same. Episode 4 is going to have a massive peak. And then episode 5 is going to keep going from there. It's just going to keep going from here. And I think by the finale, this show will have a ton of views. A ton of views. Yeah. ZZ says, I mean, how? Oh, you mean Anakin and Baylan, how they met? Yeah. I think you will get that explanation. I do think you will get that. I think it'll be a missed opportunity if Anakin doesn't explain a lot to us. He can explain so much. His fall, his point of view of the fall, Padme, his children, how he thinks about them now, whether or not he's thinking about them now, because Luke is the one who turned him back to the light. He must talk about Luke to Ahsoka. He has to at least mention Luke. And that's why I made the full video about Luke being in this show. It only makes sense. He has to tell Ahsoka about Luke. Has to. There's no way this conversation happens where Anakin Skywalker doesn't mention his son, Luke Skywalker, to his former apprentice, Ahsoka Tano. And yes, that sentence just came out of my mouth. This is going to be insane. This is going to absolutely be insane, and I can't wait. I literally can't wait. Finn says, quality over quantity, though, Mike. You have way better quality than most large channels. Well, thanks, Finn. It was all about getting to the quality first, I think. I mean, you watch some of my old videos. They're freaking hilarious how bad the quality is. Didn't have a camera, recorded with, like, my phone. It was pretty bad. But getting up to the nice quality camera here, the nice setup behind me, the nice microphone here, it wasn't cheap, but it was worth it, because now we get to this nice quality, and now the subscribers are coming in. You guys are the best community ever, and we're just growing and growing and growing. Jay says, do you remember the last thing the fool, the warrior... Wait, do you remember the last thing the fool, the warrior, and the sun? What? Do you think that can come into play? Do you remember the last thing the fool, the warrior, and the sun? I don't know what that is. I don't know. Oh, the Lasat thing. Oh, the Lasat thing. The fool, the warrior, and the sun. Oh, maybe that could come into play. I mean, I don't even know if we'll see Zeb. Where's Zeb at? Where's Zeb? Where is Zeb Aurelius? Lasat. Yeah, I finally figured it out. I read it like 3 times, but I didn't figure it out. Yeah, Lasat. Where the hell is Zeb Aurelius? That's what I want to know. Raheem says, so we might be a small channel, but everybody who is a part of this channel is dope. I could not agree with you more, Raheem. Everybody, every single founding member and everybody else, regardless if you're one of the 6 members, which Raheem you are, and it's amazing. Even if you're a member, even if you're not a member, if you don't have enough money, it doesn't matter to me. As long as you're here watching, you're family. You are one of the people who love Star Wars. Yes. J1DRZ says, Mike, it's because you're great and read all our chats. I try to read all your chats. Actually, last stream I couldn't do it. I literally couldn't do it. It was like the first stream ever where I couldn't keep up. I had to just forget about the ones from before. There was just too many. I couldn't do it, and it was a bummer. I wanted to do it. I thought I could do it. I can't do it. It really sucked. Honey Badger says, exactly, Mike is the GOAT, the best Star Wars channel on YouTube. Thanks. You guys are too kind. Finn says, Carabast, where is Zeb busting buckets? I know. Where is Zeb? That's what I want to know. We saw him in Mando Season 3 with Carson Teva. Then we see Carson Teva. Thanks for the hearts, by the way. We see Carson Teva, but no Zeb. What's up with that? Maybe Zeb in this channel or next channel. Your pal Joe says, best channel on YouTube. You guys are too nice. You guys are too nice. Stop being this nice or I'm going to lose it. I'm going to lose it. General Grievous says, 15 minutes left. Let's go. Let's go. ZZM says, something is sparking. I found this channel by accident. There you go, ZZ. There you go. Now you get to listen to me eat popcorn. Something big. I feel it's happening. Yeah, smash a like on this video. What are you waiting for? Become a member. Do all that fun stuff. All right then, Mike. This channel sucks. Finn. Thought we were friends. All right. Let's read this article right here. Talking Dave Filoni talking Lars Mikkelsen before we watch this episode, because I do think, tell me in the chat, give me a 1 into the chat. Just a 1. Just a 1. If you think Grand Admiral Thrawn will be in this episode. Do you think Grand Admiral Thrawn will be in this episode? Give me a 1 into that chat of yours. If you think Grand Admiral Thrawn will be in this episode. Let's just see if we get a consensus around here. Your pal Joe says, become a member for the cool badge like mine. I know, Joe, you're the first one to get to that second month badge. It's pretty schnazzy, if I do say so myself. Doom Guy, what's up, Doom Guy? He said 2. So did Jay. 2 wasn't an option, guys. Guilty Jedi 14, what's up? Guilty Jedi says, yes, he will. I think so too. It's directed by Dave Filoni. It truly is. Honey Badger says 1, but at the end. I think we saw him in the trailer. Yeah, I think it will be at the end of the episode. But I think his entrance, I've said it a million times, is extremely important. We need his entrance to be that much important. 2 is double 1, though. That's true. So you think we'll get two Grand Admiral Thrawns? I'm choking on popcorn already. But he thinks no. Okay. Well, let's read this article and let's see if you change your mind. This article is not particularly talking about, not particularly. By the way, guys, smash a freaking like on this video. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Oh, there we go. Perfect. This article is not particularly talking about episode 5 of Ahsoka, but it is talking about Lars and Ahsoka and Dave Filoni. Zoom in. Perfect. Okay. Dave Filoni on bringing Lars Mikkelsen back to... I'm literally choking on a kernel right now. Jesus. All right. Dave Filoni on bringing Lars Mikkelsen back to play Thrawn in Ahsoka, changing Ahsoka's Leku for the show. So this is an interview. Oh, wait. You guys can't see this. Boom. Fixed it. In a recent published interview conducted by Entertainment Tonight, or ET, phone home, at Star Wars Celebration. So this is from back in April, but this was just released, you know. Dave Filoni was asked about the progress of bringing Lars Mikkelsen back to play Grand Admiral Thrawn and how the crew changed Ahsoka Tano's Leku design for Ahsoka. The interview debuted on the heels of episode 5 of Ahsoka, which credits Dave Filoni as the director. So they didn't release this interview until now, saving it up because I'm sure they anticipated these strikes happening, which are still going strong, sadly. At the convention, Lars Mikkelsen was announced to be reprising the role from the Star Wars Rebels as Grand Admiral Thrawn in the Ahsoka series, marking his jump from live action to his live action character. The reveal was emotional for Mikkelsen as he was overwhelmed by the fans' positive reaction. Filoni elaborated that the process of bringing Mikkelsen back, highlighting that he needed to evaluate all possible options beforehand. But he kept coming back to him. So there was other options on the table. There was other Grand Admiral Thrawns on the table, but we arrived back at the voice from Star Wars Rebels. Now, Lars Mikkelsen's performance in Rebels is spectacular. So if they can convey him well in live action, his voice is already there. His cadence is already there. He already knows the character. That's the best part. Like Bo-Katan, what's her face? Katie Sackhoff being Bo-Katan. And now you have Tamara Morrison as Boba Fett, who was Jango Fett, and now you have Lars Mikkelsen, who is the voice in Rebels. You have these characters who already know their role. So this is what Dave said. It's a very considered decision. He was in Rebels, obviously, and I loved working with Lars. He's very fun. It is a very big challenge to cast a voice. How do you find the voice of a character that everyone who read it pictured Thrawn's voice in a different, unique way? That's very true. When a character from a book or something comes into anything, animated or live action, the look of the character and the voice of the character is very important. And Thrawn has been in the novels for a long, long time, and many people heard his voice in different ways, but Lars was now the way that we all hear him. Eventually that led me to Lars, and we are all very happy with his performance in Rebels. Coming to this, talking with Jon Favreau, I was like, it's going to be very hard to beat Lars, because Lars is in my head. The sound of his voice is kind of what I write too. So already Dave Filoni is kind of trapped on Lars because he was so good in Rebels. But we do our due diligence and ask ourselves who else. But I always came back to Lars. You got to ask ourselves honestly though. This is it. You only get one shot. You only get one shot, so don't miss your chance to. Okay, but I couldn't be happier. He looks wonderful in the blue, as we can see right here. He looks wonderful in the blue. Not everyone does, so that's a factor. It's a unique thing to bring this character to life. Just his presence and stature. There's so many factors he's able to deliver on, and I couldn't be happier. This is a very great, clear picture of it, by the way. This is Lars, of course, as Grand Admiral Thrawn, and Grand Admiral Thrawn has a very shaped face. Does that make sense? He has the cheekbones like really prominent, and you can tell with Lars that they kind of do that as well. I mean, his face is already very prominent, but like the makeup makes it look even better. And the red eyes, I mean, come on, the red eyes look sick. The red eyes look so damn good. Dave Filoni also explained in detail the process of changing Ahsoka's lekku for the show. In Ahsoka, the character's lekku is much longer with the blue markings, much more pronounced than it was in The Mandalorian. Filoni said that there was much to consider, but the crew desired to improve the work that they had already done. So The Mandalorian Season 2 has a different lekku, the Ahsoka does, than the Ahsoka we see in Ahsoka. We had a lot of consideration for the first time we did it about the length and how it would affect things, especially when swinging lightsabers and doing stunts. Of course, they had to shorten them up. I mean, the lekku in Rebels are ridiculously long, so they had to shorten them up to do actual stunts and effects with the lightsabers. I talked to the team at Legacy Effects, and we all agreed that we could do better. He's talking about from The Mandalorian Season 2. We like to make things look better and more true to what people picture them to be. They came up with this incredible design. Then when I saw it applied, I was like, this makes much more sense. It's lighter for them, it's flexible in a great way, and it's the most significant leap of lekku that's happened maybe in Star Wars. There are actual hollows, but sturdy and flexible. So they're actually hollow. That's crazy. So they're actually hollow, but they're very sturdy and flexible. And of course, she has to do a lot of stunts. We've seen her jumping around already. So it'll be very interesting to see how far they go with these lightsaber duels. If she's be jumping around and doing all this crazy stuff like she does in the Clone Wars. Because we're going to be getting Clone Wars flashbacks. So this is just whatever. So that's very interesting. I mean, coming back to Thrawn, coming back to Lars is the right move, I think. At least personally, but we'll see. We'll see. ZZM says, I also wonder if Shin will be more evil than Baylan. She does kind of seem more evil. Baylan has more of like his own way of doing things. You know, like he keeps his word with Sabine. He doesn't want to kill Ahsoka. He has his own kind of like gray Jedi type thing. Shin's just like, oh, I'm a killer. I'm a killer right now. Like she was ready to kill Sabine right there. Yubal Joe says, then you put 11? Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. Finn says, Michael Scott, oh my God, it's happening. Stay calm. Stay fucking calm. Okay, we got 6 minutes. 6 minutes. Flashback for Grand Admiral Thrawn? Not so friendly 2025. I don't think so. I think if you're going to get the Grand Admiral Thrawn, you're going to get him first in the time we are in the Ahsoka show time in this new galaxy. Then maybe flashbacks, but I doubt it. Finn says, Lars is just too iconic. He really is. His voice is too good. I can't wait. Can't freaking wait to hear the organs come in when he comes on screen. Oh, it's going to be so good. It's going to be so good. Swagger Like Us, what's up, Swagger? Says, let's go. Ahsoka episode 5 is finally here. Great stream, Mike, as always. Thanks, Swagger. Honey Badger says, getting some dinner ready before the show. Can't wait to see more Anakin. Let's go. Jay says, who else would play Thrawn? I mean, people always wanted to fan cast Benedict Cumberbatch just because of his facial features, which I kind of liked, but I mean, Lars is Lars. Finn says, Lars rocks the blue. Confirmed. He does. He looks like a blue Elon Musk, kind of, a little bit. Abe Lincoln cheekbones, yeah. Cappy says, technically Thrawn might know the Force. Yeah, so his people have Force-sensitive people, obviously, as all species do. But I don't think Thrawn has the Force. I don't think he will. What was compelling about Thrawn was that he didn't have the Force. He was a force to be reckoned with, but he didn't have the Force. Yeah, so that's why. Swagger Like Us says, even Timothy Zahn was impressed by Lars' portrayal in Rebels. Yeah, that's true. He was very impressed by that, and Timothy Zahn was brought in for help by Dave Filoni for this episode. Yeah. Cappy says, it's hollow. I thought it was squishy. Well, it's hollow, but it's probably got a squishy foam-ish outside, you know? Like there is probably a tube in the inside, but it's probably covered in something. General Grievous says, 5 minutes. Oh, 4 minutes. Whew. Doom Guy says, Nicolas Cage will make an appearance in episode 5. Spoiler. Wow. Why would you spoil that for us? Is he Superman? Oh my God, the Flash movie was so trash. J1DRZ says, Thrawn having the Force would ruin his character. I agree. I don't think they'll give him the Force. I don't think so. All right, everybody in here, smash a freaking like on this video. Become a member, of course. Blah blah blah. Send a super chat. Let's get this show on the road. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Can I get a countdown going so I can? If I don't pay attention, let's end this poll. 55, 54. Again, not adding up to 100. 54% of you guys still think we will go to Mustafar tonight, even though that thing didn't. Even though that article came out that was supposed to be debunking it, you guys still think it's coming. Dominic, let's go. You made it. Let's go, Dominic. Let's go. All right, let me change my screen over here so that we can get this show on the road. Let's do it. All right, so how this is going to work if you guys are new around here. We're going to put up this timer. What the hell? There it is. We're going to put up this timer. And we're going to press play at the same time. Oh, yeah, predictions out of 10. Let's do that. Swagger, thanks for reminding me. Predictions out of 10. What do we think? Predictions out of 10 for this episode. So we're going to put this timer up. We're going to press play at the same time. And we're going to enjoy together. Predictions out of 10. What do we think? J1DRZ says, the article is trying to get you off guard. I think that's the case too. Swagger says, prediction 10 out of 10 episode. I think you could be right. Swagger Like Honey Badger says, I need that Mustafar scene. Please, Star Wars gods, let it happen. There you go. 2 minutes. Honey Badger says 11 out of 10. Your pal Joe says 12 out of 10. Star Wars 2 says 9. J1 says 12. Not So Friendly says Han Solo kills Sith dude. Sith dude, maybe? ZZM says 9 out of 10. Interesting. 12 out of 10. All right. Pretty high scores. Dave's got a lot to live up to here. Got a lot to live up to. 1 minute. 100 out of 10? Jesus, Dominic. 100 out of 10 is crazy. Let me change my headset here. There we go. That's much better. Make sure this volume is all the way off. Boom. Got it. 60 seconds. This is not a drill. All right, so I'll give like a few, like 10 maybe seconds, just so that we can get people going at the same exact time, press play at the same time, you know? I've gotten pretty good at this this whole thing. Like pressing play at the same time, you know? Let's go, everybody. Wouldn't want to do it anywhere else but here. There you go, Honey Badger. There you go. All right, it's 9 o'clock. Let's check it out. Oh, it's here. Part 5, 51 minutes. Ahsoka confronts her past while Hera and her allies undertake a rescue mission. Here we go. All right. It always involves Hera. Holy crap. Wait, look at, before you press play, look at all the, every except for the first episode has Hera in the description. That's crazy. But let's get this started. Let's get this started. No skipping anything. No. No intro. No recap. We're watching it all, okay? Okay, so let's get it going at the same time here. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Oh shit. I lied. Go back. One more try. One more try. Why did that not go? Let me try one thing real quick here. Okay, that reset that. All right. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Got it. Do not skip the intro. I mean the recap. Previously on Ahsoka. Should have destroyed it, Sabine. Should have destroyed it. It's still crazy that she joined him. Do it. Nobody. Nobody. There's so much to recap here. That jump was so damn cool. Yeah, you do, Jason. Yeah, you do. Oh my god, guys. It's becoming real. Here we go. Here we go. Holy crap. Still goosebumps. Still goosebumps. I've watched that scene 100 times this week. Still goosebumps. Don't skip the intro either. Marok is still in the intro. So is Chopper. We need more Chopper. Lincoln Marsh, what's up? All right, we're on Cetos. Why are we on Cetos? Go to the world between worlds. Show me Anakin. That's actually sick, seeing the inside of that thing. What's going on, Hera? But where did the party go? More Chopper. Let's go. Hides behind Chopper. Don't be Ahsoka. 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 Please. Please don't be Ahsoka. Oh, it's Hu Yang. Oh shit, he's pissed. Damn. Should have listened to Hu Yang. That actually hurt. I felt Hu Yang sadness. He's a droid. Shadow Warrior? It's his lightsaber. Is this real? Is this real? What's up, Anthony? Are you kidding me? It's perfect. It's literally Anakin, Hayden. It, Jason, go away. I liked you before, but I want to see that fight. What? The hell is she holding? Senator Organa? Did he? Wait, what? Wait, what? Leia. Jason feels it. Show us Leia. I swear to God. Show us Leia. Show us Leia. Oh my God, show us Leia. That's cool. That's cool. And a Caden. And a Caden. Oh, Leia and Caden. All right, now go back to the fight. Go back to the fight. What? It's young Ahsoka. Be Ashley's voice. Be Ashley's voice. Be Ashley's voice. Be Ashley's voice. Close. Oh, come on. Are you kidding me? Come on. The green lightsaber. Oh my God. This is so good. not Ashley Eckstein's voice, but it's okay. This is Ryloth. You can see the uh, Harrison Dula's species, whatever the hell they're called over there, Twi'leks. It's Rex. It's Rex. Are you kidding me? Have Rex say something at least. He sounds so good. He looks so good. He looks so good. You're not wrong. Then you'll die. It's so damn cool. Anakin, Clone Wars. That's fucking cool. They don't see nothing. That was a cool shot. The ghost looks so good. In the ghost. Normally. Hu Yang. It's the siege. That's Tem. That's definitely Tem's voice. Ahsoka's not about that war. Legacy. Are you though? It's red. His eyes are red, dude. Vader's breath. Come on. No, don't be it. Don't be it. No, no. Bring him back. Bring him back. You're not wrong, General Grievous. Who is that? Oh, some pilot. It's nighttime now. Huh. It's like when Luke gets caught on Hoth. Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan. He senses her. Oh, she doesn't have the thing on her head. That looks weird. That looks weird as hell. Sabine's blaster wouldn't have done that. She's wearing a poncho? No way. Oh, no, she's not. Is she? She is. Poncho Ahsoka. Poncho gang. This is what we were seeing in the first couple episodes? Yup, Badger. Yup. She went with them. Satos. That was Cetos. Please be Leia. Please be Leia. She's not wearing the poncho correctly. Oh, it's Purgle time. Oh, it's Purgle time. Oh, yeah. Ahsoka the White. Definitely looks like Ahsoka the White. Frickin' Mon Mothma. Coruscant? Just leave. Just go. Just leave. Mod is so useless, it drives me nuts. Ponchos give you the Force Echo. There you go. I don't think that's the right way to find out. Everything's just so much brighter since she's come back, including her. Holy crap, look at all of them. What's the plan here? It's the big one. You think? It's massive. That'll do. Ahsoka the White. Can't wait to go tell everybody to go suck it in that video I made. This thing's massive. Right. Dave is so good at these ships. Facts. Just Ahsoka. What the hell is it gonna eat her? I think it actually might eat her. She's very Gandalf the White-esque. They're actually gonna go inside. What? Gotta hand it to Dave, man. He goes big. Literally. We're gonna actually get to see it jump through hyperspace. We're running out of time, guys. We're running out of time. The music is so good. Damn. Why has it got to end like that? Why has it got to end? Why? Why? All right. Rank it out of 10. 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 I always check if there's a second ending, like a post-credit scene, but there never has been one. Marvel's got me messed up, you know? Rank it out of 10. Rank it out of 10. Rank it out of 10. All right. I hated it. Just kidding. Let me get rid of this timer. There we go. Let me do this thing over here. Rank it out of 10. Rank it out of 10. What do we think? What did we think? Ladies and gentlemen, what do we think? I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued to hear what you guys think. I'm intrigued. Honey Badger says, ZCM says, no, I want more. Blake Winfrey says, this is exactly what I thought. Ended too soon. Chris Weaver says, told you it wasn't the sun. I didn't think it was the sun the whole time, Chris, but you were right. Honey Badger says, oh my God, what an episode. 11 out of 10. Star Wars 2 says 10 out of 10. And Star Wars 2, you put a 9, I think, right before the show. Honey Badger says, absolutely off the scales. Dave is that freaking guy. I got to rewatch it. Because, man, what an episode. Star Wars 2 says, so is Anakin still using the dark side? That's a great question. That's a great question. Great question. Your pal Joe says 12 out of 10. Honey Badger says, I honestly cannot believe what we just saw. Better than I expected. No Mustafar was needed, and it was still amazing. We didn't get the Mustafar scene, but we got Ahsoka versus Anakin. It was pretty much the same thing. It just didn't really take away from the Mustafar scene, you know? ZZ M says, okay, 10 out of 10. Honey Badger says, I think that pretty much confirms Anakin is the father. No, I wish, my one wish with this episode, because it was, I'll give you my score in a second. My one wish with this episode was they would have confirmed more about Anakin. They would have confirmed where he is, what he's doing, how he is the father. It kind of confirms he's the father, but it doesn't do it so that, like, everyone could say it is, you know? It is, he is the father. Like, it didn't give a, and Dave likes to keep things open-ended, I get that, but I wish it was a little bit more closed-ended with Anakin Skywalker there. Michael Parker says, anyone hear the Leia theme? Well, we did get a mention of Leia. Senator Organa was early on in the episode. I thought we were going to see Leia for sure. When was the theme, though? I didn't really catch that. Rachel Roth says, so who is the son? Well, there's theories. I mean, it could be Darth Maul. It could be whoever. Maybe it's nobody yet. But it's definitely not Anakin. Frank says, Jason. Oh, Jason could be the son? Oh, wait, what? I'm confused. Jason was good in this episode. I mean, the kid got a lot of hate when he first appeared because people didn't like the way he looked, but he was great in this episode. I mean, the way that he was like, listen to the waves. And Hera could even hear them fighting. Hera Syndulla could even hear them fighting. That was cool. That was freaking cool. Star Wars 2 says, it looks like he uses both and is balanced. He can control it. That's true. He went dark side, but it was a controlled dark side, you know? Like, it wasn't... Like, it was to test Ahsoka. That was a test for Ahsoka. He wasn't actually trying to kill her. And then she was about to go dark side, and then she pulls back. Oh, so good. Blake Winfrey says, I think this is a mix of good and bad Anakin, or it's good Anakin with, and he was just testing her. Yeah, I think he was testing her, but he can go back and forth. Seeing the flash between Anakin and Vader, oh my God. Oh my God. Your pal Joe says, the Clone Wars, that was so cool. Oh my God. Seeing Clone Wars Anakin, The one thing I wish was we saw Clone Wars Obi-Wan too. You know how much Ewan McGregor wants to come back and play Obi-Wan. He would have done it in a heartbeat. And I know it wouldn't really have much to do with the story, but we saw Rex twice, and that didn't really have much to do with the story. He only had like one line. It was cool to see Rex, but again, wish we got more Rex. Honey Badger says Mustafar would have been Anakin's lesson. And that was definitely more fitting in Ahsoka's inner conflicts. Yeah, it was more of Ahsoka's past and Ahsoka's inner conflicts. It wasn't. Mustafar would have been Anakin. It would have been Anakin's like remembering and stuff like that. General Grievous says Dave Filoni is cooking. He really is. He really fucking is. Dude, the thing is, there's still 3 episodes left. What? So I'm guessing Ahsoka's going to get to this new galaxy in the next episode. And where do we go from here? Thrawn, Ezra, and just like, that's the thing. We don't know what's going to be in this new galaxy. We've heard Night Sisters. We've heard Ezra's got these new powers. We've heard Thrawn's got an undead army. But what does this new galaxy look like? What's going on in this new galaxy? We don't know if any of these rumors and reports are actually even true. Like, there's so much that we don't know about these last 3 episodes. It could be even crazier than this episode. It's crazy. Michael Barker says, it was in the credits. Oh, Leia's theme was in the credits? Wait, what? What, Michael? What did you say, Michael? What did you say? Yeah, you said Leia's theme was in the credits? I think Ezra is the son. Yeah, Michael, we went over that earlier in last stream. I don't think it's Ezra. Ezra's not dark side enough. I think Maul's a better bet because Maul was dark side his whole life. Even when he wanted to take down Palpatine, even when he wanted to take down Vader, he was still dark side. Star Wars 2 says, I believe that Leia will be in the next episode. I wonder if we're still going to focus around Hera Syndulla. Now that Sabine and Ahsoka are in this new galaxy with Ezra and Thrawn, are we still going to focus on Hera back in the main galaxy? If so, if we do see Hera on Coruscant, like if that hearing that actually happens, we could see Leia. Here's my thing. I think if we do stick with Hera, she's going to go to Coruscant and get her generalship, whatever you want to call it. She's going to get D-ranked, and she's not going to be a general anymore. And when Thrawn comes back to the galaxy, the New Republic is not going to trust a word of what Hera says, of what Sabine, Ezra, any of them say. They're not going to believe a word, and that's what's going to be the downfall. That's why Thrawn's going to just trot right in and be a problem. And it's just going to go hard from there. But I think that the New Republic is clearly being stupid still being stupid. Blake Winfrey says, I think how they handled Anakin was masterful. Oh my God, yeah. I mean, Dave is in his element right now. And they left it mysterious and open to interpretation. Yes, sort of like how Force ghosts weren't fully understood at the time of the original trilogy. Yes, exactly. It's left up to your imagination. And the way my imagination goes is he's the father. He's the father 100%. He appears to Ahsoka in the form that she needs to see. It's Revenge of the Sith, the last time she saw him. Then he's Clone Wars, and then he's Vader, and then he's Anakin from Revenge of the Sith again. So he's all over the place, but it's what Ahsoka wants to see. So that Anakin, it is crazy to even try to describe. That Anakin was, it wasn't the Anakin, you know? It was what Ahsoka needed to see. Honey Badger says, I mean, it confirms that he saved Ahsoka, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's true. He saved Ahsoka, yeah. He saved her and gave her one last lesson and used both sides of the Force to simultaneously be Anakin and Vader. Very true. Very true. And I think the last lesson, was life or death. But the lesson was, what we saw with Ahsoka younger was that she didn't want to be a part of the war. That's why she left the Jedi Order. She didn't want to be a part of the war because that's not what she does. That's not what she is. She doesn't want to be fighting all the time. But it's life or death. And that's the lesson that Anakin was trying to teach her. And when she comes out, everything changes. Everything's brighter. She's wearing the white robe. She is Ahsoka the White, retconning the ending of Rebels. Suck it, all those people who came at me in the comment section of that video. screw you. I can't wait to go. See, I'm not that guy though. I'm not gonna go do that. I'm not gonna go do that, but I should. I should go tell those people in the comment section that they suck and that they're wrong and that I'm right and that they should never doubt me ever again. But I am wrong about the Luke Skywalker thing, I must say. I am wrong about the Luke Skywalker thing. And he didn't even mention Luke or Padme, which was interesting. He didn't mention Balin or Thrawn either. Also very interesting. Not too sure. Chris Weaver says, whoops, I just lost it. What the hell? Chris Weaver says, I want to say he was a manifestation of the Force, a part of her to fight within herself. That could be the case, but I don't think so. It was definitely Anakin giving her a lesson because Ahsoka wouldn't be able to give herself the lesson, you know? Honey Badger says, man, Rosario and young Snip's actress was great. Yeah, the young Snip's actress was really, really good. It was the girl from the Barbie movie. They were right about that. She was the girl who played young Gamora in Endgame. So she has experience wearing all body makeup. But she was good. She was really good. I wish she looked a little bit older in the Siege of Mandalore versus the one before that. I don't know how they would convey that or do that, but just the outfit change wasn't really enough, you know? It was cool when it went back to Rosario. Michael Parker, says, kind of like Dooku. Kind of like Dooku? What's kind of like Dooku? Kind of like Dooku... I don't know. Your pal Joe says, the new Ahsoka ad on Disney Plus looks so dope. Is there a new ad on Disney Plus? Should we check this out? Should we check it out? Should we check it out? What new ad? What you talking about? What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about, you pal Joe. Dominic says, Ahsoka the white. I know. It's awesome. Honey Badger says, but I think the biggest giveaway that he was the father was his eyes turning red when he was Vader instead of the Sith yellow. So he was just straight up embodiment of the light and the dark side. That's true. They didn't turn yellow. They turned red. That was very interesting. Definitely for a reason. Pal Joe says, the top beam ad on the Disney Plus homepage. Oh, you just mean like the poster with Anakin and all of them? Is this what you mean? This thing? That's pretty cool. We've already seen this poster, though. Indeed, we have. Oh, where was I? Finn says, bro, the hell did I just watch? That was incredible. I mean, if you're coming in now, just rank it out of 10. Rank it out of 10. I want to know what you think. And I'll give you my ranking after I catch up on these chats. Star Wars 2 says, Ahsoka's new robes look so good, though. I know, but what was it? Like, she was wearing them weirdly when she came out of the Ghost, or came out of her own ship. Then she did the Force Echo thing that Cal Kestis does. She did it earlier on in the season, but I didn't think it was, like, the same thing. But that was clearly the same thing. That was so sick. Your pal Joe says, yes, Finn, what just happened? Finn says, I'm legit shocked. Shook. Michael Parker says, it really felt like Star Wars again. I know. Imagine the people who got to go see that in the movie theater. Star Wars 2 says, when she brought up what he did, bro got pissed. That's true. Yeah, that's so true. Because he kept saying, I'm training you to be like I am. And she's like you are. And he was like, red lightsaber. It was so good. So freaking good. My God. Finn says, inject this episode into my veins. Dominic says, live action Purgle jump was beautiful. Yeah, it was cool. It was Dave, like, you already know people are going to complain. People are going to complain online about two things in that episode. I saw two things that people are going to complain about that are ridiculous. And the two things are young Ahsoka, just the way she looked. I can already tell people were going to complain about it. Young Ahsoka and the Purgle jump. People are going to be like, oh, they went in the mouth of the whale? Like, people who don't understand that Dave just goes big or goes home and does cool, wild things like that. Like, that is the only way that that's possible for them to travel with the Purgle. They're not in a Star Destroyer that could be wrapped up by the Purgle. The only way that they can survive a jump with the Purgle is inside the Purgle. And to be so bold as to even try that, all props to Dave Filoni. All freaking props to Dave Filoni. That was incredible. Michael says, still confused on how Hera was able to hear the lightsabers. Yeah, maybe that was like Jason helping her hear it or something. I'm not too sure. But with the World Between Worlds, you never know. It is interesting. It is interesting. And there was no portals. She walked to a circular point on the walkway, and Anakin broke it, and she fell. So damn cool. Actually, one complaint. I have one complaint on the entire episode, and it was the smoke. Now, I get the smoke. It's flashbacks. It's supposed to be smoky. But I wanted to see, and it's not even a complaint, it's just me wanting more. I wanted to see those battles. We've seen Ryloth before. We saw Twi'leks. We saw clones. We saw the AT walkers. Why not just get rid of the fog? I want to see it. It's just me being like wanting more, but I wanted to see it. And especially the Siege of Mandalore, you could see glimpses of Mandalore around it. You saw the Maul troopers, but no Darth Maul. How fucking cool would it have been to see Darth Maul in that scene? Damn it. Okay. I'm just being a nitpicky right here because I wanted Maul. I want Maul. Finn says, dude, the freaking cinematography in that episode, some of those shots were so freaking beautiful and stunning. Oh, yeah, 1000%. I mean, Dave Filoni is that guy. He's figured it out. He knows how to do live action now, and it's amazing. It's amazing. It's absolutely fantastic. So good. Can I get some good cups follow orders in the chat, please? Like, what? Holy shit. That was incredible. Raheem's World just sends a bunch of hearts. Thanks, Raheem. Honey Badger says, can we talk about how damn good Hayden still is with the saber? Best Anakin we got. Hayden really deserves his flowers. Oh my god, yeah. So when they start fighting in the World Between Worlds, Hayden is so good with a lightsaber. Oh my goodness. And let's not just walk right over the fact that CGI, the deepfake technology, is unfreaking believable. We got so much Anakin in that episode. Like 20 plus minutes, probably closer to 30 minutes in that episode of Anakin Skywalker, and he looked perfect the entire time. Hayden Christensen. How old is Hayden Christensen? Hayden Christensen. How old is he? Hayden Christensen's 42 years old. That was a 20-year-old deepfake, all the way back to a 22-year-old Hayden Christensen, and it looked perfect, absolutely perfect. I didn't see a single point in the show, and I was laser focused where I was like, "Oh, that deepfake doesn't look good there. Oh, what happened to his face there?" It looked perfect the entire freaking time. Jessica, what's up? Jessica says, Ahsoka the White. I know, crazy. Blake Winfrey says, how are they going to top this? Here's the thing. They're going to not top it, but they're going to switch gears. You're not going to see Anakin anymore. Maybe you'll hear him. Maybe a Force Ghost at the end of the show. I don't know. Maybe something along those lines. You're going to shift gears. You're going to go into this new galaxy with completely unknown expectations. Is there Night Sisters? Is there new Force users? Is there a new way to use the Force? Is Ezra going to be a good guy or a bad guy? Is Thrawn going to be this almighty ruler in this new land? What's going on in the new galaxy? It's going to shift gears to something we don't know yet. It's going to shift gears into something we don't know. And that's different than Anakin Skywalker. I wouldn't say it's better or worse, but it's different. So how are they going to top this? With the unknown. Anakin Skywalker is cool. Getting Clone Wars flashbacks is fucking insane. But the unknown is just as cool. And Dave Filoni, with the unknown stuff in Star Wars, I mean, come on, he's given us Mortis, he's given us World Between Worlds, he's given us space whales that go through freaking galaxies. The guy's a genius, okay? So the unknown when it comes to Dave Filoni could have Night Sisters, could have more Force users. Enoch could be a Sith Lord, could have new Sith. You could have Ezra Bridger be a good guy or a bad guy. You could have endless possibilities when it comes to a new entire galaxy of characters. So how do we go up from here? I don't know if we go up from here, but we definitely get better. I think you will see Anakin again. Maybe as a Force Ghost in the last episode, or maybe something along those lines. I think you will see Anakin again. But I don't know, man. You could see Leia in the next episode. You could get Luke by the end of the show. what's interesting is I don't know if Luke's conversation with Ahsoka in Book of Boba Fett happened before or after this now. I don't know if this show is taking place before or after Book of Boba Fett anymore. Because Ahsoka's gone. She went into this new galaxy. It must take place after, I'm guessing. Interesting. So she's already met Luke. Fascinating. Fascinating. Honey Badger says, no, because she was in the world between worlds, and Anakin is definitely the father for sure. He is completely balanced both sides of the Force, and brought her into the world between worlds and sent her back out. Yeah, yeah. Of course, he's the one who saved her and brought her back. Honey Badger says, Mike, he could be talking about the Master and Apprentice special look thing that Ahsoka did for Dave and John. Yeah, I watched that the other day. It's the same thing that was on YouTube just like a few weeks ago. Yeah. Dominic says 10 out of 10. Jessica says 11 out of 10. Finn says 10,000 out of 10. Ypal Joe says, that poster was new to me. Maybe it's on Xbox. Oh, okay. Jordan says 10 out of 10. Nice, Jordan. Raheem says, how do you like the switch from Anakin to Vader and back to Anakin? That was when he was walking. Oh, that was so sick. That was so cool. When it just flashed Vader for like 3 times and you heard it in his voice too. That was what was cool. It was amazing. Not So Friendly 2025 says 15 out of 10. Chris Weaver says, wish Filoni directed every episode. Yes and no. I think getting more creatives, more directors on this show was good. Because like last episode with Peter Ramsey, directing-wise, was spectacular. The story was good, all that stuff, it was great. But directing-wise, it was really, really good. He directed 3 lightsaber duels. There was some very cool cinematic shots of the Eye of Sion coming off the planet and stuff like that. So, yes, I mean, Dave Filoni wrote and produced on all the episodes. So he's there all the time. He's just not directing each episode, which I'm perfectly fine with. Finn says, they've always found they always find something to whine about. That's true. I mean, you're going to have hater videos anyway, so might as well just give them literally nothing to hate about, and they'll just be stretching and lose all their following. Doom Guy, what's up, Doom Guy, says, it was all right. Best episode so far. Knew Thrawn wasn't going to make an appearance, though. I don't know. I still thought he was going to at the end, but we just ran out of time. We literally just ran out of time. We got no Sabine in that episode, which was weird. It was all right, Doom Guy. What do you rank it out of 10? Or did you already rank it out of 10? No, we didn't. Your pal Joe says, did Dave direct the first episode? Yeah, he directed the first and the 5th. That was it. Dominic says, called the Thrawn and Ezra appearances will be for next week. I guess so. And I mean, that's how you go up from here. Thrawn and Ezra's first ever live action appearances. That's pretty big stuff right there. Good cuts, full orders. Thanks, guys. MKB says, I can't believe that I figured out that it's her life flashbacks before her eyes, and Anakin was trying to keep her fighting to live. That's true, MK. You were talking about that in the comment section of the last video earlier this morning. That is true. Finn says Hayden's performance in this episode was just chef's kiss. Yeah, it was amazing. It was absolutely spectacular. Hayden, oh my God, just bring him back for everything. Just bring him back. Christian says, they need to remove the sequels and let Dave redo it all by himself. As great as that would be, Christian, and I would love it. I'd love it. It's just never going to happen. And I know it sucks, but maybe he can create a sequel trilogy, a trilogy of movies with Thrawn and as the heir to the Empire in this time between the original trilogy and the sequel trilogy. And then people can just look at this as the new sequel trilogy. Think about it. We're 5 episodes into this massive story involving Thrawn and the heir to the Empire with major characters like Ahsoka Tano and Anakin Skywalker, and we have 0 connection to the sequels right now. 0. Zip. Nada. I thought there was going to be a little bit of connections. I thought there would have been a little bit of teasing towards what's to come with the First Order and Snoke and Palpatine. None of it. None of it has been geared towards the sequel trilogy, and it's kind of crazy. Dominic says, I just want more. Finn says, I want more, and I know I shouldn't. Yeah, I know. Agreed. Hayden deserves an award for this show whenever it's eligible because, man, he is flawless. I know, but Star Wars doesn't win awards, and it's not going to win awards. Actually, Star Wars now wins awards because it's under Disney, but we'll see. MKB says, Hayden, after 20 years, is still amazing with the lightsaber. He showed how Ahsoka needs more practice. That's true. He bested her with the lightsaber. like nothing. And the only reason that Ahsoka won was because Anakin wanted to push her over the edge. Like, people were going to be like, oh my God, Ahsoka beat Anakin? That's so stupid. He was just playing with her. Just playing with her. So good. So good. MKB says, I don't think we'll see Thrawn until the end of episode 8. You really think they're going to tease him out that long? That would be a mistake. That would be a mistake for a few reasons. Because Sabine, Baylan, Shin, Morgan Elsbeth, they're all on their way to go get Thrawn. So if they never actually get there until the very last episode, that would be a mistake. That would be a mistake. Finn says, I actually think we might see Anakin again, maybe in the finale. I do think we'll see him again. And I think we'll see him as a Force ghost. I do think we'll see him again. I do. I definitely do. MKB says, watch Anakin Skywalker switch to Vader and coming back was amazing. Oh my God, it was so good. When he whips on the Siege of Mandalore, on Mandalore, fighting Maul DeLoreans, Anakin whips out his red lightsaber and fights Ahsoka. Yes, that was not just a fan fiction that I just spoke into existence. That's what we just watched. That's insane. So to give you my ranking out of 10, it has to be a 12 out of 10. I mean, I'm breaking the scale so many times over again now. It has to be. It's better than last week, and it's better than a 10 out of 10. It's a 12 out of 10. It has to be. Jeez, guys, do we just ever come back down? Is the scale just broken forever? Is Dave Filoni really that good? I don't know. We'll see. We will see. MKB says, in this new galaxy, they will use magic and karate instead of lightsabers, and Ahsoka is not coming back to this galaxy. Just Ezra and Sabine will return. I have heard that rumor. that Ahsoka's not coming back, which is fucking wild. Ahsoka's going to stay in this new galaxy. Now, the thing about having magic and karate instead of lightsabers might be true, but it might be a little bit off. I think the Grisk and the Yuzhan Vong are still involved in this. I think there's a bigger threat still out there. And that might be why Ahsoka has to stay. Honey Badger says, Anakin definitely will come back at the end of the show to tell her good jobs, to tell her you did good, Snips. If she's able to bring Ezra and Sabine back. Yeah, what if like Ahsoka's about to leave with them and Anakin tells her to stay? What if Anakin's the reason that Ahsoka stays because he tells her that there's something more that she needs to learn out here? That would be insane. Finn says the clone armor in live action and not CG was so nice. Oh yeah, it was amazing. MKB says Ahsoka was dying and she was seeing her life and she had to decide whether to fight and live or stop and die. I still don't think so. I think she was pulled into the world between worlds still. Because if she fell off that cliff, she's dying. She's landing on the rocks and she's dead. I think she was pulled into the world between worlds still. I do. Seep. I'm guessing it's Seep because your thing is a C. I'm going to go with Seep. Seep says, now I'm really convinced that we will get a Jason series. I don't know about a whole series around Jason, but Jason is going to be a very, very important character moving forward. He's clearly Force sensitive, very strong with the Force. Oh, how about the Kanan Jarrus shout out? We got Kanan shout out. Crazy, 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 crazy. ZZM says, I hate having no Sabine, Shin, Baylan, etc., but there was a lot in this episode. I know. I wish the end of the episode at least showed them showing up to this new galaxy. We have to wait till next week, of course. But that was freaking good. That was freaking good. Finn says, I was actually glad that they didn't show us Thrawn and Ezra in this episode. I think it's best not to give us all the best stuff in just one episode. Save some for the rest of the show. That's true, Finn. That is true. Save some for the rest of the show. Give us Thrawn and Ezra later. But my thing was, it's going into the movie theaters. It's Dave Filoni directed. He's going big. And he did. Of course he did. That was enormous. But I don't know. At the time, I thought it needed Thrawn, at least Thrawn, to be that big. I'm wrong, I guess. I'm wrong, I guess. Finn says, oh, I just read that. MKB says, oh, I'm sorry for my typing. I don't have hands sometimes. I miss words. What? You don't have hands? You lost me there, MKB. I don't know what you're referring to. Honey Badger says, I honestly can't cope with all that we just saw. I can't comprehend how awesome that was. I still wish that we got some dialogue from Anakin regarding Thrawn. True. Where Anakin has been and why he can't show up for Luke or Leia as a Force Ghost. I agree with that. I think I wanted more explanation. But I feel like I'm being too greedy. I mean, we got that explanation didn't need to happen. It seemed like Ahsoka had already talked to Anakin before, maybe. I'm not too sure. Maybe the show ends with Ahsoka coming back, or maybe she doesn't come back. But if she does come back, maybe it ends with Anakin telling her about Luke and Leia. It's possible. It is possible. Honey Badger says, and I agree, Mike. I think Anakin would have and could have killed Ahsoka multiple strikes in their fight if he truly fought. True. He was training her and teaching her. Yeah, definitely. 100%. Definitely a much-needed dub for Star Wars. This whole show is a much-needed dub for Star Wars. I've never seen the Star Wars fandom so together. I mean, since Last Jedi, at least. Before that, it was a very cohesive one, kind of. But just after Last Jedi, people getting crushed on The Rise of Skywalker, people not liking Kenobi, people not liking Book of Boba Fett, people not liking Andor, people loving Andor. Just the split has grown and grown and grown since The Last Jedi. And this is the first time. I guess Mandalorian Season 2 was a glimpse of it when Luke showed up in Ahsoka. But that was like the beginning. That was like the stepstone. And now Ahsoka is the next step, and we're really coming back together as a fandom here. Like there's so little people complaining about this that the people who are complaining about it look like they're idiots. And that's amazing. Honey Badger says, hashtag Dave is that guy. And yes, the scale is officially broken. It might be. General Grievous says, the Clone Wars was the thing that got me into Star Wars. I loved this episode. Yeah. There's so many Clone Wars fans out there. And this was just a love letter to all of them. 100%. This was perfection. In a word. Honey Badger says, yeah, Anakin pulled her through the world between worlds because he told her that she lost the fight really lost the fight. So he pretty much told her that he saved her and he's switching from Anakin to Vader. Yeah. Jordan says, Mace Windu will be in this new galaxy. Jordan, if you are right about that, first of all props to you, but I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no pretty harshly too. I don't think Mace is in that galaxy. Seeing how hard it is to get to this galaxy, I think it's almost impossible. Now, Jordan, if you are right, what a prediction that is. But I'm going to say no. Honey Badger says, is my mind telling me that Dave told us that he is the father? Is my mind telling me that? I don't know. Is it? Finn says, I think we're definitely seeing Thrawn and Ezra next week. I definitely think we'll probably see Thrawn. Or we'll definitely see Thrawn. But Ezra might be a little less likely. It's possible, but less likely. Yeah. MKB says, I was saying that I am missing words in my comments because I don't have hands and miss words. Okay. I still don't follow, but okay. Sure. Finn says, time to go into hibernation until next week. that I don't want to wait a week. Wake me up next week. All right, Finn, I'll wake you up next week. But yeah, I know. Waiting a whole week is brutal. Waiting a whole week is brutal. MKB says, even young Ahsoka looked great. And seeing her with the green lightsaber, I know. The green lightsaber was a great touch. And then she has the blue ones. Were they blue on Mandalore? I forget. I have to go back and watch this episode. This episode was so freaking good. That breakdown will come out at 12 tomorrow. I can almost guarantee that it'll come out at 12 tomorrow. Lego Palpatine's back says, this episode was dope. What do you rank it out of 10, Lego Palpatine? And is your profile picture Lego Palpatine? Yes, it is. That's great. Honey Badger says, these two comments were supposed to be together. I ran out of space. What two comments? Oh. Hashtag he says, yeah, Anakin pulled her through the world between worlds because he was told to blah, 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 blah. He was switching from Anakin to Vader. Is my mind telling me that Dave told us he's the father? Okay, got it. Yeah, so him switching back and forth was, yeah, he's the father. I think if Dave told us that he was the father, people who didn't watch the Clone Wars, people who didn't understand Mortis, wouldn't comprehend. MKB says, my one complaint is that if Ezra and Ahsoka can use the whales to get there. Why did he not use them to come back? Well, maybe the whales aren't there. Maybe the whales aren't in this new galaxy, or at least they didn't stay. They just dipped and went back. It's possible that Ezra couldn't have called out to them because they weren't there. Ezra can only communicate with them if they're nearby. Ahsoka could only communicate with them if they're right in front of her. So it's not like he could just call them like an Uber. Raheem's World says, I hope Dave takes over Mando season 4 because I haven't given Grogu a second thought. Sorry. Well, Dave's worked on all the Mandalorian seasons, but I think what's going on here is we don't know until the writer strikes are over whether or not Mando season 4 is even going to be Mando season 4. Could be a movie, could be whatever. There's still so much on the table here, so we'll see. We shall see. Honey Badger says the green on Ryloth, blue on Mandalore, and then went back to white in the World Between Worlds. Unbelievable, so good. Finn says the Purgle just being an Uber to the galaxy, basically. Yeah, I mean, they kind of are, but you can't call the Uber. That's the thing. You can't call the Uber. Jessica says, switching back and forth was amazing. First, Vader flash gave me chills. Oh, yeah. When Clone Wars Anakin Skywalker walks into the smoke and turns into Vader. So damn good. Friggins, what's up? Friggins says, wow, wow, wow. Rank it out of 10, Friggins. Rank it out of 10. Honey Badger says, I mean, at this point, I hate to say it, but Mando Season 4 definitely would have to be a movie to top Season 3 and this Ahsoka show. Because this show is amazing. I even said it during this show. Ahsoka tops Mando for me. Now, simply because of this episode alone, this is Star Wars. Yeah, so this show is the best Disney Plus show ever created. It was clear almost right away. I almost made up my mind when Baylan and Shin hijacked the New Republic transport to get Morgan Elsbeth in the first scene. But I waited. And after last week's episode, after this week's episode, it is official. I mean, it's not even close. It's the best Disney Plus series we've gotten to date. I think it will end crazily, and I think we can even go further up than here. Jessica says, I agree. Best Disney Plus show. Yeah, agreed. Friggin says 11 out of 10. There you go. I put it at a 12 out of 10 because I think it was better than last week's episode. I do think it was better than last week's episode. I'm going to have to rewatch it. I'm definitely going to have to rewatch it. Maybe I'll alter up 0.5, down 0.5, whatever it is. We'll see. Finn says, some of the best Disney Star Wars, period. Oh my God. Yeah, 100%. It's up there with Mando Season 2, which I think is below it. It's up there with Siege of Mandalore, which we just saw again. It's up there with Rogue One, which is spectacular. It's top tier. It's top tier for sure. And I think even Star Wars in general, you look at the movies themselves, I wouldn't argue that it's better than any of the original trilogy, for sure, definitely not. I wouldn't argue it's better Revenge of the Sith, but you could make an argument about Solo, about all the sequel trilogies, about Attack of the Clones, about Phantom Menace. We still have to see the rest of the season, but I agree, this is freaking fantastic. Honey Badger says, Ahsoka, Mando 1, 2, 3 is my ranking right now. In that order. This is Disney's best Star Wars, period. Ahsoka, Mando Season 1, then 2, in my opinion. Really, 1 is over 2? That's crazy. Well, we know you got a winner on your hands because they used the price of Disney... Oh, they used the price on Disney... Oh, they raised the price? Oh, Raheem retracted it. Never mind. Leia name drop. She's coming. I think she is coming. Talk about how do you go up from here? How about Leia? How about freaking Princess Leia on Coruscant? How about... I would say Luke Skywalker, but people get mad at me when I do that. People get mad at me. Luke Skywalker. How about Thrawn, Ezra, Night Sisters, the Yuzon Vong, Grisk? Come on. Finn says, the young Ahsoka actress did great. She did great. She absolutely did great. I can't wait to rewatch it. Who will play Leia, though? I think they'll deepfake her. 100% think they'll deepfake her because they've deepfaked Luke. They deepfaked Anakin. They're gonna deepfake her. I definitely think they will. Jessica says, who thinks Jason's going dark? Me, 1,000%. I get it. He's a little kid. They are making him this nice little kid. that will make his turn to the dark side that much better. And it will fucking crush Ahsoka. It will crush Ahsoka. You see Ahsoka's reaction with, or like interactions with Jason in this episode. It will crush her. It will crush her. If Hera's still alive, it will crush her. Like, his fall to the dark side will be so good now because we've gotten him as a kid first. Yeah. Honey Badger says, yes, Mando Season 1 is my favorite in the show because how good it was and how it brought me back to Star Wars after Episode 8 and 9. I was done, and then it brought me back. So that's why Mando Season 1 holds a special place in my heart. Well, that's true. If you have a special place in your heart for it like that, then yes, sure. But Mando Season 2, to me, at least content-wise, is better. Is better. Friggin says, Billy Lord. Billy would be a great decision. Best choice. Billy Lord. Billy Lord. Oh, that's her daughter, right? Yeah, but Billy Lord doesn't look like her. They'd have to deepfake over her regardless. Billy is her daughter, but doesn't look nearly close enough to pull off Leia, in my opinion. Let me look her up again, because maybe I'm wrong. Let me look her up again. Billy Lord. Yeah, she can't do it. She can't. She doesn't look... She just doesn't. Yeah, she can't do it. It would have to be deepfaked. Have to be deepfaked over her. She doesn't look nearly enough like her mom. That's no offense to her. Millie Bobby Brown. Yeah, I need to get your Instagram so I can send you something, Mike. Oh, it's a guy who loves Star Wars. It's a guy who loves Star Wars over there on the Instagram, Raheem. Yeah, Millie Bobby Brown would make a good one. She does actually look the part. Let me pull up Millie Bobby Brown. She does look, let's put in as Leia. She does look the part. Let's see. Some of these edits are terrible, but when you look at this, let's just look at a few of these. I mean, that one doesn't really look that good. With some makeup, maybe it would look better. But this is blurry, but... Millie Bobby Brown, I think, would be the only person, at least as far as I know, that could pull it off without deepfake. She looks pretty close there. This, I mean, come on. It's almost identical. A little bit more of a baby face, but she's grown up a little bit since this, I'm sure, was created with some makeup. I mean, come on. Come on. I'd say just deepfake her. Deepfaker, you did it in Rogue One. It looked great. You just deepfaked Anakin. Looked amazing. You just deepfaked Luke Skywalker last year. Looked amazing. Just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. Finn says you can use Billy to deepfake Carrie like they did in Rise of Skywalker. Yeah, just do that. Use her daughter and deepfake over it. I'm sorry, but I can't stand Millie Bobby Brown. Really? You must not be a Stranger Things fan then. Evan, what's up? Evan says, what do we think about Ahsoka's eyes turning Sith yellow at the end of her fight with Anakin? Yeah, was that? I have to go back and really look at that because did they actually turn yellow? Or was that just like the reflection of the red lightsaber onto her weirdly colored eyes? I'm not too sure, but that is very interesting. If she does, that would be insane. That would be insane. Raheem's World says, I'm about to send you something. All right, send it. ZZM says, I honestly think Millie looks similar to Elisa Milano? Who's that? Elisa Milano. Yeah, I guess. I don't know who this is, but sure. Elisa Milano is an American actress, producer, blah, blah, blah. She was on Who's the Boss? I don't know. I don't know who this is. But sure. Yes. Why not? Sure. Did you send it to me, Raheem? Can't wait to make this breakdown video. I'm losing my voice. I didn't eat like any of my popcorn. Look at that. I got a whole freaking bucket of popcorn here. I'm losing my voice. Raheem, did you send it to me? I don't think you did. I don't think you did. Oh, maybe it's under requests. Oh, is this it? Is this you, Raheem? I think I found it. I think I found it. Is Millie Bobby Brown going to be in Star Wars? Millie is on Disney's radar. All right, here we go. Is Millie Bobby Brown going to be in Star Wars? Millie's on Disney's radar for now for Star Wars for a new Star Wars project. She's had contact with Kathleen Kennedy, who is aware of her desire to be featured in a movie or play a central role in one of the new Disney Plus TV shows. A source says in a report. Conversations are informal, but there's a huge mutual respect there. Well, there you go. How long ago was this? That was back in the end of 2022. So it's been in the talks for a while. So it is possible that she could have been filmed something or something along those lines. You know. Finn says, plus Millie is way too young to play Leia at this point in the timeline, I think. Not really. Millie's like 22, 23 right now. Like, she's probably around close enough to the same age. Hayden was so good. Oh, Hayden was amazing. Amazing. Keep Millie away from Star Wars? Oh, what? I disagree. I think Millie's a great actress. All right. Any last words? I got to get out of here and make this breakdown. Boo, KK is still, it's still gonna suck. Millie could be a younger Rey. I bet that's what's gonna be. Rey is a Palpatine story. Oh, that would be brutal. That would suck. All right, any other last minute things before I go make this freaking breakdown? Watch out for videos every day of every freaking second of every week of every year of every millisecond. Usually videos premiere at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so try to come by all those premieres. It really helps when you guys are in there, and it's fun to talk. It's fun to talk while these videos come out, and I'm in the chats live while those videos premiere, and they're a lot of fun. So come by those as well. Finn says, I think Millie's a decent actress, but something just seems off about her. Honey Badger says, I mean, we got Tom Hardy in episode 8, and it was a complete stormtrooper outfit, and it was scrapped. And he was more popular than Millie. That's true. Friggin' says Ahsoka the White. I know. It's crazy. It's absolutely bonkers, and it's very, very cool. So I'm going to get on out of here. You guys are the absolute best. Absolute best. Hashtag premiere people. Yeah, I know. Get to that premiere. Tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Watch out for that breakdown. All right. Going to get on out of here. You guys are the absolute best. Thank you for sticking around for this whole watch party. It's so much fun when I get to do it with you guys. So much more fun. Smash a freaking like on this video, hit that subscribe, and hit that bell so you get notified every time I post a video. And think about becoming a member because we're going to be doing a giveaway for the finale of Ahsoka. And the giveaway you will not want to miss because we will be doing a Sabine Hot Toys thing because that thing looks freaking spectacular. And some other things as well. So, may the force be with you. Always, 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 always. Where is that freaking button? Are you kidding me right now? Why is this button hidden every single time? Like, why do they do this? Oh, found it. What a great stream. What a great show. You guys are the absolute best. Can't wait for next week. Can't wait for tomorrow. Can't wait for the next day. Can't wait for the next day after that. Stream on Thursday, of course. As always, watch out for videos in between then at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a great rest of your evening. Have a great rest of your lives. And good night, everybody.